Howdy folks! Today we're going to be building a fire in my parents' earthenware oven that they built last week. Our first step is to just build a small fire using a little newspaper, some kindling, and then we're going to let this baby heat up to about 500 degrees and throw in a loaf of our sourdough bread. It's going to be delicious.
Oh, I got a can of gas.
Okay, so we've been cooking for about 2.5 hours, or the fire's been going. Our next step is to get these hot coals out of the oven. We're going to put the door back on with the cloak and bouche inside so that we can heat bathe the entire atmosphere and hope that the entire inside's about 500 degrees. So we're just going to get these hot coals out. All right, so our fire has been scooped out. The bottom has been nicely cleaned. We're going to put in our cloak and bouche to get it up to about 500 degrees and put the door on the oven. We're going to let it sit there for about 10 minutes. While the oven is heat bathing, I wanted to tell you a little bit about the bread that's going in. This is a sourdough that has been cold fermenting for the last 24 hours. It is 10% whole wheat sprouted and 90% all-purpose flour with about 23 grams of salt, and it's at a 75% hydration. This loaf will be a little bit too big for the bouche that we're using, or cloche that we're using, so we're going to be dividing it in half and making a small test loaf today.
Be careful,
Okay, so we're going to leave the lid on for about 20 minutes to get a nice steam. And then in 20 minutes, we're going to come back, take the lid off, and let it cook for another 10 minutes. We're going to be looking for a nice, hopefully big oven spring. We'll see what happens. Okay, so our cloche has been in for 20 minutes with the lid on, with our little sourdough in there. What we're going to do now, we're going to take the lid off, put it back in for another 20 minutes just to brown the crust nicely. Curious to see what we've got in here. This is the tricky part. No, I think I'm okay. Just need to get a little closer. Oh. So here is the sourdough. Didn't get quite the rise I was hoping for. It doesn't look quite ready. Hopefully we'll see maybe a little more action this last 20 minutes. Still a little jiggly. Okay, so we let it go just a little bit longer. We put it towards the back to hopefully get a little more heat. We're going to take it out now and let it cool. I've got it all the way in the back, so it may be tricky getting it out, but I think we can do it. Good. Oh, I can already see it's not quite done. I don't know that my oven has enough heat in it to finish it. We're going to put it back in, but maybe crank up the oven inside. And next time, perhaps try a hotter burning wood. This is a good start. It smells great. We're just not quite there yet. It's a learning curve. Okay, so here is our miniature sourdough boil. We moved it into the inside oven just to finish the cooking process. It's not quite as puffy or as brown as we want it, but I think we've got a really good solid plan for next time. We're going to build a larger fire and use a hotter burning wood, and we should see better results, but it's a learning curve. This is loaf number 1. Check back in when we're on 15 or 16 and I bet we'll have it down pat.